Okay, hello, internet place. Wow. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we're using Sirenscape for all of the music. We had a brief break from Sirenscape, but we are back in action, and it's brilliant. So we're using music from Epic Journey, Travis Savoy and RPG Music Maker Online on YouTube. You can go check them out; they're amazing. Wee! Now, without further ado, before any ados can be furthered, let's do a little recap of the previous session. Now,
I have no notes.
That's fine, I don't think we need them somehow. Who was up next on the rota, which I never look at?
We got kind of confused. I think I'm next, so...
Sweet, Aelin, let's go.
It's like...
Best choice objectively.
Aelin, you answer.
There's definitely stuff missing. I pulled it, like, it very, very short. Anyway.
Well, Aelin experienced an incredibly important plot/character moment. So I feel like it's only fitting that... Sorry, Sleer experienced this. So I feel like it's only fitting that Aelin, you do this for all of us. Although, I might want to hear a bit from all the rest of you as well as how you're feeling and how we're getting along. So, Aelin, please. Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so last time, Neff did some more monk training. Cass and Brian had a meeting with Corvius before getting everybody ready for the party. Bluey, Sarazer, and Neff teleported to Ashisel for the party. On the way to the party, Sarazer splits off to go to the market, maybe, get a new sword, and Slia joins him since she's not really in a partying mood. She and Sarazer have a little bit of a heart-to-heart, and she has a good cry before ultimately deciding to scry on Elijah Shun. Elijah seems a bit stuck in his apocalypse plans, which Slia does expend ascending to taunt him about. At the party, Valis sneaks off for his own fun, while the rest of the party drinks a bit too early in the evening at what they learn to be Aaron's engagement party. Or 7th plus manyth engagement party. At the party, Brian hallucinates Karul and lashes out at Loran. Loran suggests they go find Slia for help, since this could potentially be a problem with the upcoming King's trials. Neff has an epiphany about Jibakari on the way back to the High Solarian and rushes off to find Brian and Loran, while Bluey and Cass return for the night. Upon meeting up, info is shared, plans are made. Brian scries on Odyssey's journal and gets the arcane info for Loran to whip up some magic to undo the protections on it. Plans are made for Brian and Loran to have a therapy session with Jibakari about their deaths after a long rest. Also, potentially Neff meeting with Jibakari to discuss further what's going on with Osha. Slia's mood is noticeably improved. Jaral finds Valis asleep in his bed after the party. We all reconvene at the High Solarian, pre-long rest.
All right. Brilliant. Thank you. Very speedy. Yes, you guys had a bit of a revelation in terms of the tone and what might be necessary, and peace that might be necessary, which Elijah does not have. If you remember, he mentioned, what's missing? Sorry, let me do that properly. What's missing in his American accent? That wasn't very good. So, I need my get-in sentence. So. You guys make your way back towards the High Solarian, to Allstairs rooms, which are fairly crowded now, with Shu, a traumatized Courage, Bluey, Jaral, who confronted you about his missing son, very, very briefly previous session, but it's been put at ease by his swift return appearance, tucked up all neatly in his bed. Like an angel. Angel. And you guys are all there together. So, is there anything you want to do before you take your night's rest?
I just had a vision of Jaral, like the dad in Finding Nemo. Has anyone seen my son?
Has anyone seen my son? He's about this tall and clearly gay, but we
haven't had the talk yet.
I saw a
Yes.
bootleg of that movie on shelves, like a fake DVD, and it was called Finding Jesus 2.
Finding Jesus, yeah.
Yes. That's so good.
Y'all need Jesus.
All of the like bootleg Disney DreamWorks movies are so funny.
They're
They're so
really
good. It's so funny. But yeah, so you guys, is there anything you want to do in preparation before you sleep?
Yes.
Spells you want to cast, sendings you want to do? Yes.
But I will wait for other people to go first. Because mine's more something he wants to say.
I don't have anything specific. I'll do a few karate chops.
Well, Bluey, is there anything you would have said to Cass? Anything you wanted to do in your alone time together before all the others returned? You had a moment.
I would want to make sure that like she's kind of because she's still like feeling the effects of alcohol. I'd want to make sure she kind of like doesn't get hurt or trip.
Sure.
Gently lay her to rest.
She
not
will be
like-
missed.
No. Yeah, I think that's all she'd want to do.
Brilliant. Okay. Right then, well, you guys all settle down your bedrolls, you find a place to sleep. Valis has valiantly taken the whole of the bed for himself. But you guys blink, and in that like time your eyes were closed, Gerald has like sequestered himself at the foot of the bed, just like crouched beside Valis, like, this is my son, I shall protect him kind of vibes. Shu is curled in the corner. If anybody wants to use her as a pillow, she lets you.
Also puts dibs on Shu.
Also puts dibs on Shu. Wow. I think she's big enough for about 3 to sleep on.
Well,
So maybe Neff.
He's bringing her around as well.
Okay, so Neff, you could probably sleep on top.
Can I
Or
sleep
the
on top?
other one.
I look at Brian
You
with
use-
like pleading. You know the pleading emoji face. Neff has that expression with like a sort of. Can I sleep on top?
Make an animal handling check.
Am I hand? Wait. Am I?
Your mouthful size now, Neff.
Hold on.
You're crunchable.
But Neff.
You're a little lunchable to her.
Okay, animal handling check. Silly me, I forgot this wasn't just roleplay. It's gonna be this boy! Okay, animal handling. It's 13.
13. I'm gonna make a constitution check. 15.
Oh wow.
Can I use my pleading expression
Yeah.
to give myself a little bit of an edge?
Hungry.
And
a
I
little bit of an advantage.
and I have
I've
experience with the Colonel, and the Colonel is arguably like a high level boss character as far as animal handling is concerned.
Yeah, now I'll give you advantage. Also, remember she has eaten a hand today, so she hesitates to you.
Or was that Tozatel?
Let's go!
Both.
Thank you. It's a natural 20.
Natural 20. She goes to sleep, and you're able to, with your under your hypnotic gaze, she rests, and you're able to find a nice little perch on top of her. While Ulster and Loran bagsy the little like limb tangle tummy area for themselves. Selena, is there anything specific, anywhere specific you want to sleep? Anybody you want to be close to?
Wherever there's space.
Cool. I think it's like you can do like 3 long ways, 1 along the bottom kind of thing, so you can sleep at the feet of everyone. You're close to everybody that way, evenly distributed. Everybody gets a little bit of Slayer. As they deserve.
I would like to make an addition. I'd like to put myself between Courage and Shu as
Brilliant.
like a
Baron.
out of sight kind of thing for both of them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand and empathise completely. So, In fact, when you lie down, you kind of like angle yourself towards Courage. It just zooms right into your chest and just curls up there. And is just like, Ruby Sparks, how am I supposed to rest in this room with that creature? I've seen its insides, Bluey Sparks. I've seen the depths and the darkest parts of it. It is not human or of this world.
Well,
Scared
We'll
of the dark, Bluey Sparks.
this isn't meant to be a threat to shoot or anything, but I'm sure if something happened, a lot of us in this room would be able to stop it.
I understand. Thank you.
Some of that
Nice.
with your help. You know, you've helped train me. And I want to help protect you. I know it's been a while. We've all been kind of. I'm sorry. Sorry, Courage.
Bluey Sparks, no. No, you have nothing to apologize for. You were out chasing your destiny, and I see that you have, in fact, caught a glimpse of what you could be, the champion that you could be. I see you have a cool new sword now. And I'm really impressed by that.
It's the same sword, but improved. But thank you. Yeah, okay. Before we know some fucking lullabies in Draconic, I don't know.
You can sort of hum a lullaby in Draconic, and I think Courage can be lulled to sleep by that.
Yeah.
Right, all stare. As everybody begins to settle down, Loran settles next to you.
Sorry, my sister's demanding I pay her money now.
Oh, well, Saraza settles at the edge of the room, and you see on his back, in the cutscene time which we've had at some point, he has bought himself a new blade. It's wrapped in a thick leather material, and he has not unsheathed it yet. But he is just feeling the weight of it in his hand, and then he buries it back into his cap.
He's bought a sword and he hasn't unsheathed it yet?
He doesn't know. It's like wrapped.
Oh. Is it for him? Is it for himself?
You believe so? He went out to buy a sword for himself.
Sorry, sir. How long has that sword been wrapped?
What kind of question is this?
How have you not unwrapped it yet? Isn't it eating away at you inside? The curiosity of what the sword might be like?
I picked this one out myself.
I know, but have you? What if there's something wrong with it?
There's nothing.
Like, what if they, what if they got it? What if they got the toppings wrong or something?
Swords don't come with
Toppings.
Well, maybe they accidentally put toppings on yours. Have you? It's not. It's wrapped, so you don't know currently.
Make a charisma check.
Okay.
Volstaire's perked up when he sees Sarazo come in.
It's not very. I'm not very charismatic today. It's an 11.
11. That seems right. Sarazo goes to sniff his sword and then shakes his head and is like, "Neff, it's fine. I just want to leave it this for a while."
Is it for somebody else?
Well, I don't want to leave it. No, it's for me, but I don't want to make a mess in here.
Oh, you mean with like the wrapping paper? Hi, Brian.
Brian.
Is Brian there?
Dear Neff, I love you.
What?
Morning.
It's before we go to bed now.
Ah. Good night.
Sarazo, could I have a moment of your time if you're free?
Saraza puts the sword down in the room, unattended, and nods and leaves with you, Ulster. Neff, the sword is just there, just so
I'm
you
protecting with my life.
Okay. Then you can unwrap it. Cool. Alright, so Neff, you protect the sword with your life, and Ulster, you follow Saraza into the corridor, and you have his attention.
Cool. I didn't plan this out in my head, but I wanted to briefly speak to you. Is that okay?
That is more than okay, of course.
So, you know that I hit Loran at the party by accident.
Aside, have you broached this with him before?
He mentioned there was an altercation, yeah.
So the altercation was that you hit Loran.
I didn't know it was Loran. I saw, I think you know, I saw someone else.
Right. Also, how long have you been having these visions? Hallucinations?
A couple of days, but we're going to Jubakari, and Neff seems to think that will be a step in the right direction, but I don't think Loran would stop me if I lashed out again. So if I look like I'm going to hurt anyone else, then can you please stop me?
Alright. Just give me a moment. And Saraza just kind of closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. Kind of kicks his heel to the ground and he just says, Ulster, I trust you implicitly. Even you telling me this does not change that. And honestly, oh my god, I'm not gonna look at the chat.
What's the chat say?
Shoe gonna munch, shoe gonna crunch, shoe not gonna eat Neff. Or something along those lines. It's very funny.
Not on Neff.
I trust you, Ulster, and nothing could change that. But if you need this from me, I will obviously answer you.
I would never hurt Loran, but I hurt Loran today. That's enough to make me think that I need to approach this a bit differently.
Also, that's how I know everything is going to be alright in the end. You have a grasp on reality. You want to fix this.
I want to fix it, but the things I see are not necessarily... I think today I saw maybe Karul from this reality, but sometimes I see things that aren't... I don't think they're made up, but they're not from our reality. I think the mirror might have shaped how these visions appear to me.
Whatever happened to that mirror?
I hid it away.
Can you get to it?
Yes, but
What's that? And how about we shatter that mirror? Together.
I don't know. I wonder if it's still...
No. Also. It may not be overt, but it is causing you pain. It may have hurt just once, but I worry it's slowly becoming a hindrance to you in the worst sense of the word.
It's the only way I can see certain things.
Why do you want to see them? I know what that's like. I know what it is to get lost in other realities, other worlds where people you love are still here. Or where you did things differently or made choices maybe you regret.
I don't regret anything. I just know there are certain people I could never meet.
It's best not to lose yourself to them.
I won't, I just... Can I give it to you? But please don't take it away just yet.
You should give it to me.
No, I think also changes his mind then. I think you're too like me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please. Let us be rid of it.
I think if I got rid of it right now, my pain would be worse.
Who is it you want to see? Or what are you looking at? What is possibly better?
Nothing. Nothing is better than what I have now.
Be present. If not for yourself, then for Loran. And for me, if you can be that selfish. And for your son.
I look forward to meeting him.
Nothing else is real, Walter. It's only this.
Also, it looks like he's kind of tossing up between whether he should tell Sarah things or not.
You can make a roll if you want, for your own
Better judgment.
Oh. Up to you to decide whatever it is that means.
Let me just check what.
Next, do you grab that? Do you grab that sword? Do you want to?
It's an 8.
I don't think Neff would be like interacting with the sword or grabbing it or trying to unwrap it in any sort of way on the off chance. Like grabbing it or handling it in general, because Neff knows that she's a little bit clumsy. She might be inept, but she's aware of that fact. And I think she would just try to protect it from any outside sort of, you know.
What's your passive perception, by the way?
Passive perception is not great. It's 13, but my passive insight is pretty good.
Okay. Also, how are you speaking?
So he rolled an 8 on his intelligence check. So I'll explain. Just wait there. And Ulster will duck back into the room.
Mm-hmm.
He will go into his bag and get his sketchbook out. And then he will come back to Sarah.
Okay.
I haven't seen them all yet. And he'll hand over the sketchbook. And it's up to Sarah if he goes through with it, I think.
You see Sarah hesitate. You haven't seen her.
I've told you there's maybe it's not real, but
There is no maybe.
it's up to you if you look. Once you look, I'm just not ready to say goodbye just yet.
Okay. Sarah opens the sketchbook. What does he see?
I'm gonna text you what he sees inside.
Neff, with your passive 13, and Sleer, do you think you'd still be awake, or would you have slept by this point?
Hearing Neff fixating a little bit on Sarazur's sword, Slee is definitely awake and she's got eyes on it.
Okay. You two are probably closest to the door. Sleer, your passive perception?
15.
15, okay. Neff, you can hear a serious discussion outside.
Mm-hmm.
Sleer. Oh god.
I'm sorry, he rolled an 8 and he's crazy.
Uh-huh. Sleer, you hear a bit more clearly what Ulster said when he mentioned people he could never meet and being able to see them. though. Just that's about as much unless you choose to actively listen.
I think she's trying not to, but if she overhears it, she's not like.
Not putting her fingers in her ears.
Yeah.
I think Saraza flinches when he sees the first illustration of Loran had he not escaped Talia. He looks almost repulsed when he sees the sketch of what would be Rhea. And he's about to turn the page again.
I think also just letting him go through it, because there's quite a few in there, so he wouldn't.
And goes through them,
Ooh.
the different angles, the studies you've done. And then he gets to the reality in which Loran would have died, and you and Saraza had their child. He snaps the book shut and takes a step away.
I'm sorry.
Does Loran know about this?
He doesn't go in my sketchbooks.
Bring me the mirror also.
I'm gonna insight check Sarah. 20.
20. He needs that mirror.
Is he gonna break it? Can I tell?
He looks resolute. He's not wavering like he was previously.
But he's gonna break it.
You don't know. It's hard to say.
Will you break it? I'm scared.
No,
I don't think you should use it either.
I'm not going to use it.
What are
I'm
you
going to take it somewhere. You won't.
I'm gonna inside check him again. 28.
He's telling the truth.
Will you ever give it back?
I don't know.
I'll give it to you after the King's trials. I promise.
What do you need it for before then?
I won't use it.
What's the difference does it make?
It's precious to me.
It's been precious to all who've used it. It's been precious to all who've looked into it and seen other things that could have been become attached to them. All stand, and he brings the notebook up. This is an infection, and it will grow until it rots you from the inside out. And it will come between you and Loran. You know it will. You can't keep this from him. If you continue, you mustn't. I can't keep this from him if you don't show me something now. He's my brother, Allsfair, and you are too, but this...
I didn't control it. I didn't ask for those things.
But you're asking to keep them. And you're asking me to let you do it.
Okay, I'll give it to you. But don't use it.
I won't. I'm old enough to know that.
We'll still go get the mirror for him. -1 spooky mirror.
-1 spooky mirror. Slia, you heard Sarazer. You didn't hear every single word, but you caught enough to know the tone of his voice, the seriousness of the conversation. You can insight check also if you want to when he comes into the room. Neff, I'm sorry, with a 13, it's just a little bit too low.
Also, will you repeat that? You spoke into your cup, but it muffled.
You can insight check also when he comes into the room if you wish to.
I don't think she will.
Also crosses the room to get something from his bag. And Loran has been awake this whole time. And he does not look at you when you come in, but he does not also seem concerned. He just pokes your calf. Go to bed. It's too comfy here. They're not enough without you.
I think Ulster smiles and he'll just take Loran's hand, give it a kiss, and then he'll take the mirror back to Sarazer.
Loran gives you a knowing look
Uh,
and then says nothing more as you take the mirror outside. And when you pass it over, Sarazer takes it and holds it with the sketchbook.
Can I have the book back?
You need it.
There's more than just that in there. I think Sarazer would have seen a lot of drawings of Loran in there as well.
Sarazer opens the book and flips to the page with Rare and Ina on it.
I'll give you the mirror, but please don't.
New persuasion.
Ooh. I think it's a dirty 20. Yeah, dirty 20.
He hands it back. These are wounds instead. I won't tear them up any further though. Don't blame me if they rot. He turns around and walks out of the corridor.
I think before he leaves, I think we'll start ask, do you hate me now?
I love you. You're my brother. And family.
You are mine.
And Sarazer leaves. Well, guys, the good stuff. Banana. This is the problem when you adopt a really sensible person as the dad of the group. He's going to tell you to heal your enemies and your friends and your trauma.
Okay. Ulster's gonna come clean to the run.
Oh, cool. Wow. Okay, that's okay.
He doesn't lie to Loran. Okay. He'll stick his head back in the door.
starts calling out each of the names.
Oh, they didn't know. He just looks at Loran.
I'm too tired for this. Come on.
Can,
What, now?
yes.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
Right. Ryan takes his sleeping cap off. Undoes his curlers, no. And walks outside and says, so we're done with Sarah's announcement and hello. What's that?
Mm-hmm. I had a talk to Sarah.
Right, so you're slurring your words. Remember what we said about enunciation? Also, when you're king, no one's going to stand for this, so sit down. And not in the kneeling kind of deference in a way.
Also sniffs and just sucks the tears back in.
I love you, kiss kiss.
I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you. What's wrong?
Could I ever do anything that would make you hate me?
Nothing that I can ever imagine you doing in your right mind, no.
I spoke to Sarah
You did.
because he thought it was a good idea if I gave him, well, the mirror.
Right.
So he's taking it.
Okay.
He's not going to use it.
Yeah, I was going to say make sure you check that first, but I think you would have done that, so we're all okay here. Right, what's your problem?
I'm not a problem.
You're not a problem. No, you're not. He holds your face. Instead, what's wrong?
And there's nothing that Sarah could do to make you hate him either, right?
What's happened?
Nothing's happened.
All stare.
It seems like I used the mirror before to ask questions, and then those questions led to other questions where I was trying to find ways to stop things and protect people. And in one vision, Cruel one, only one vision. I met you in that vision too, and you died, but you know that I, in that vision, had a child with Cruel.
Yeah, best we don't ever think about that again. A lucky escape, if you ask me.
Also looks like he's about to throw up. There's another vision, because I wanted to know how to protect you. How to stop anything from happening to you, so I had to see all the possibilities. There was another vision with Sarah, where Sarah looked after me after you. You died, and I couldn't bring you back. I tried.
Death is going to come for us all eventually. I understand. I'm just glad I took care of you. I mean, I should know that actually. Anyway, that's pathetic.
It was a long time after, but you don't hate me, right?
What do you say? What do you say? No. No, I don't want to. No. Yeah.
It's not.
It's not real.
It's not real. I would never.
Why did you want to keep them around? Why would you want to look at them?
I didn't want to look at that. There was a child I had with Sarza, and I hadn't said goodbye yet to them. I was going to.
Excuse me. And Sarah's no, Lorraine turns around, takes 2 steps towards the edge of the corridor, and then stops. I don't hate you. I love you.
I love you.
And then continues walking.
Please don't leave.
How loud do you say that?
Loud enough for Lauren to kind of hear. But it's quite quiet.
So I need a moment. Please.
I didn't want to lie to you.
Thank you. It was the right thing to do. I'm sure of that. Give me a moment to...
Call for me if you need me.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, so I think you might have heard just enough of that to get that big things are happening outside.
I did not plan that today.
Yes.
Right.
So Slia has like she'd kind of like curled up into like a ball, and now she's even further curled up into a ball. Just kind of like
Cool.
watching the door now.
Okay. You curl up as tight as you can. It's almost enough to drown it all out. Just not quite.
Yeah, she wasn't trying to like drown it out, but it's almost that like I shouldn't be hearing this, but like I can't go to sleep until everybody is back, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Right, we'll take a quick break then while we do loops, and then we will return for the morning,
Sounds good.
for the aftermath, whatever happens next.
Am I have a
Are we
question?
having
Are we having dreams?
a long rest?
A long rest, you will be, yes.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. Alright, I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes or so.
All good.
Bye.
Boom, we have audio. And we have video again. Hello, we are back once again.
Brilliant. Alright. So, Ulster, do you make your way back into the room, or do you wait in the corridor?
Also, going to sit outside and wait until Lorraine comes back.
Alright. Slayer, you don't hear Ulster come back into the room. Do you fall asleep?
Is still watching that door, waiting for everybody to come back into the room.
You hear also breathing outside, probably, if you're listening closely.
Mm-hmm. Well then, Ulster, you wait. And you wait. I think it's nearing morning when you hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
He immediately scrambles to his feet.
You look over and you see a candlelight bobbing, and the hunched form of Corvius comes around the corner. Oh boy, what are you doing outside of your bed at this late hour?
Have you seen Lorraine?
Oh, that boy? No, I have not. I take every effort not to perceive him.
Oh, but he's very lovely.
You seem to think so. I dare not be certain if I have the same opinion. Also, I came to let you know. Good thing you are awake, actually. I was waiting otherwise. I came to let you know that you will need to report to my office at, sunrise. Let's give you, being nice, let's give you 1 more hour. Just after sunrise, after breakfast is served in the Great Hall, you and Cat will have to come to continue brewing the potions.
Is Lorraine coming too?
Probably, I assume he would be there.
Mm-hmm.
He has yet to let me down
Okay.
in this way.
Okay.
He has let me down many.
Oh.
He just kind of starts muttering and starts walking off.
Corvius, aren't you proud of what Lorraine's become? He's a very good mage. He saved the world a few times.
Yes, I'm proud. Now, you never heard me say these words, young sir.
You know I'm going to be a father soon, so maybe you should start not calling me boy.
Then I will call your boy, and you boy senior. Goodbye. And he leaves. You deflate slightly.
I'm going to try and... I'll wait another hour, but then I'm going to scry on Lorraine.
Okay. You need to take a point of exhaustion.
Yes.
Sleer, you too. You wait 5 minutes. And of course, you don't hear him coming up the stairs.
He said he was coming back.
How does he find you?
He's still awake. He just looks really tired.
You're just kind of like hugging your knees and staring ahead when you just hear a... This is a little bit sad, don't you think?
He looks up.
You see Lorraine.
Does he look like he slept?
No. He sits down next to you, about a foot apart, and he has his hands sort of just like resting on the tops of his knees. Make a perception check.
Natural one.
Natural one. He seems a little tense, but otherwise calm.
I wanted to wait for you.
And I wanted to keep my cool.
Can I insight check him? 16.
16. Being uncharacteristically reserved.
What can I do?
You can have a go at discerning reality from illusion. Am I really here?
Elsa's gonna reach out and touch him.
Your hand goes through.
Does he look like normal Loran?
That natural one? After looking at him a little longer, you notice one of his eyes is a little discoloured.
Also kind of screws his eyes shut. I'm trying.
I can tell. You're doing fairly well, I think. What if your friends feel the same?
Why are you here?
You want to keep me here.
I'm sorry for... He just looks over Loran's discoloured eye.
Never was. Nor was it any of theirs. He looks inside. At the door. Let me go. I want to rest.
By yourself?
He stands. I won't stay long enough for him to see you like this. And as one Loran leaves and fades into nothing, the hallucination disappearing down the corridor, the real Loran returns. And he picks you up off the floor.
Also just kind of hold onto him.
And kisses you.
Also kind of collapses against him and just holds him.
Without any saying anything, he just takes you to the room.
He's gonna try and stay awake.
Anybody who wishes to can take a long rest. Slia, upon seeing Loran and Ulster enter the room, Saraza has not returned, and he does not return.
Would Slia have heard Brian's side only of that hallucination?
Yes. So I think you have an idea of what's going on.
One level of exhaustion.
Of course, Slia, if you're not going to sleep, you'll not be getting your long rest.
Yeah.
Ulster, you get a few winks. A short rest for you.
He does not let go. Does that... I still have exhaustion though, right? Yeah.
Yes. Neff, Louis, the night passes calmly. Unbeknownst to you, a lot has transpired. When you both wake up, you're faced with a tightly held Slia with deep bags under her eyes. Fairly similar looking Ulster. A Loran who is refusing to wake up.
He's asleep.
He's dead asleep. And no Saraza. Slia?
Slia does want to do a, when she sees that Brian and Loran settle in to grab a little bit of a sleep, she does a sending to Sarazar, just asking where he is.
After a moment, Saraza says, I'm training. Would you just heal the hand for me?
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah.
Would you heal the ram for me? He's
Okay, she
never
has.
been good at shiz.
Sorry, say that again.
So he says, "I'm training. Could you just heal Loran for me? He's never been good at throwing punches."
Okay. Now I get it. Sorry. The Loran came back after training with Sarah. Okay.
Make a
Insight.
wisdom. I guess. Okay. No. I guess. That makes sense. That makes sense. Make a perception check on or an investigation check on Loran, or you can do medicine too.
Okay, I'll take the medicine check on Loran, just because she's. Yeah. That is a 22.
Okay. Hang on. That was Saraza speaking. That was the sending. Anna.
I know. Earlier. I think when, like, it's not that you weren't coming through. It's just it sometimes wasn't.
Clear.
Yeah, clear.
I don't. Which part? Which part? Because Loran didn't say anything when he came back. There was a hallucinatory Loran.
Yeah, it was while it was hallucination, and we didn't know.
Okay, I'll watch it back, and I can clarify for you later.
Yeah.
Cool. Slia, you do a medicine check on Loran. What did you roll?
22.
22. You see the back of his knuckles on his dominant hand are pretty heavily scraped and bruised. They look quite tender. Not my casting hand, no.
Would I get an idea of like what a level 1 spell kind of cover it?
Probably.
Okay. She'll just kind of like reach over and kind of like touch his foot and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ulster, before Ulster could see the punch. Ulster, you suddenly become aware of Slia holding Loran's ankle. And Loran just goes, "Not my feet, no." In his sleep. No feet.
Like it's like it's a tap. It's not even like a hold. It's
He just says, like, eyes half closed, toenails.
Why would you do me this dirty?
Can I tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. So we were asleep, and I was like partially awake because it was just like really hot, and Lily started like tossing, and I was like, what's happening? So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just calm her down. So I gave her like a pat on the cheek, and she just said in her sleep, "Toenails." I was like, I lost my mind. I was so shocked by it that I laughed out loud, got my phone and wrote it down. I can tell you exactly when this happened.
What on earth?
And like an hour later, I said there was a child in the corner of a room.
Yeah, when did it oh my god, where is the note on my phone? Oh, it was at 1:47 in the morning.
At the very least, that is extremely bizarre.
It was very bizarre. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
You are very bizarre. So,
How bizarre.
how bizarre. Anyway, Loran wakes up and looks down at his hand and just kind of like flexes his fingers and then just sort of like rights his shirt and kind of like just snuggles into Shu.
Can I perception check him?
Sure. Investigation might be more apt at this point.
Investigation.
Yeah.
15.
15. You notice that Spade has cast a spell on him. And then he kind of flexed his hand.
Also looks at Slayer and mouths what was wrong. He kind of mouths it.
I think she just kind of like shrugs.
Ulster looks at Loran.
Good morning.
Morning. Are you okay?
You didn't speak.
No.
Loran brushes a lock of your hair behind your ear, and as he does so, you just feel like a wave of rest, kind of just like tip like water, cold water down from the top of your head. You can get rid of that one, but exhaustion. Sleer, you look awful.
She just like just kind of like turns and looks at him. I will take away that healing.
I see. You never looked better. Oh, beautiful cleric of mine. So, friends, how are we doing this fine morning? Therapy, Jubakari, off we go. Now, how's that looking?
I'm gonna insight check Loran.
Okay.
I'm ready to interface with Jubakari.
Oh, yes, indeed. Interface, how I love that word and its multiple meanings, which could imply many things.
28.
28. I am covering up my pain with over enthusiasm and out of character speech patterns.
Could Bluey insight check? Bluey insight check that as well?
You know what? What's your passive insight?
12.
12. A 12 is all you need, really. Loran is not quite himself. Friends, come along now.
When he said how are we doing, I think Bluey wanted to say, how are we doing? Like, just thinking about the fact that Sarazer isn't here.
Mm-hmm. Look at us, all together again, ready to support my beautiful, stunning husband as he becomes the king. Isn't this wonderful? Has there ever been a brighter day than this one? Perhaps the day I was born, but obviously I was not very conscious then, so I can only guess.
Do you want to do ascending to Sarazer to retrieve him from his training?
Training.
Training? Ha! What's he? Oh, ha! The training?
We have to go to Corvius as well.
Cass emerges and says, Loran, it seemed like you had a malfunction of your mouth just then. Loran's like, no!
Isn't it a bit too early for lies in the morning?
That was savage.
Oh my goodness.
Leah has had 0 sleep.
Ouch.
And it shows.
Yeah, that was great.
Loran quietens and then shuffles forwards on his knees and crouches in front of you like that. It's clear. And he just says, looks like someone needs a pick-me-up. If you don't mind. And he just taps your cheek. And you can move your point of exhaustion as well.
Okay. Much appreciated. Thank you.
I am truly a patron saint of all those in need.
Breakfast?
And what is it that you need this morning?
Peace and quiet.
I can make apples.
I love apples. Also, truly, you are a gift to us all.
Okay. Also turns around and starts making apples.
Thousands and thousands of apples.
He tosses one at Valis when he wakes up.
Valis.
Yeah.
Good training.
This seems like a very tense environment for a child to wake up in.
You've lived your whole life in a tense environment, Valis.
It's true. I've recently gotten over it. But I'm not ready to get back into it yet. So I'm going to go to school. Like, slowly backs out of the room.
Make lots of friends.
Jaral emerges, like, from the bed covers. It's like,
Hi, Joel.
even I'm not this messed up. I'm supposed to be looking at Lorraine. Drifts out. I almost fell off my chair.
Joel, I need to talk to you before we leave, but bye.
But okay. Let me have mine moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
He continues systematic exit and wafts out. Loran takes an apple and sits back against Shu.
Do you like 2 apples?
I'm like,
Or 3?
I'll have 12.
Okay, also makes 12 apples.
Wonderful. Alright, Liam, I will take a step back and calm down. Sarasa is not training.
Like I said, it's a bit early in the morning for lies, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I do not think myself a liar.
Oh no, Sarazar said he was training.
Sarasa needs some time away from us. He told me himself. And I think it's good that we indulge that, at least for now.
How much
Yeah.
time?
I don't know. I don't make his decisions for him. He's entirely responsible for his actions.
Will we be going in tomorrow?
Yes, I think he will return to us before then.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to.
So tomorrow, to the Messiah, with you, Ulster.
Mm-hmm. If everyone's still happy to go. I know it's not always a pleasant trip.
Looks mainly at Neff.
Well, if everyone's happy, I think we're needed at Corvius, so
Right, cool. Loran, Cass, and Ulster stand. And you guys can make your way to Corvius. Before you all go, Loran turns around and says, whatever it is you might want to bring to the Messiah, I suppose you should prepare to do. The town is rather bustling. And Neff,
Yes.
if you want to take to Jubakari at some point, this is your opportunity.
I
I don't know how close you are with dating, but
I can figure out the easiest way to go contact him. I'll think about that for a bit and I'll come back to you with that.
I think also just pauses by Sleer. He looks at the round first, says, I'm sorry. And he looks at Sleer. Can you just tell Sarasa I'm sorry? Please.
I could... Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry to you too.
Why?
You didn't get any sleep.
I can still hear you. It's fine.
Also, we kind of judge Sleer's vibes, and he's like, can I give you a hug?
I think it's like the first time she's ever kind of like thought it over, like paused, but she kind of like opens her arms for a hug.
Also, like, runs and gives Sleer a big hug. And then let's go. Okay.
yeah. Thank you for the healing, Sleer. Loran, thank you for the healing, Sleer.
I don't know what it was for, just Sarasa told me to.
Thank you. And Loren leaves. Now,
Yes.
how do you intend to go about contacting Jerry? I'm very curious as to what you have in mind, and anything could be good.
Yes, Ayla?
Yeah, just to put out there a little reminder that Neff did send a message via the pigeon asking for a moment of Jibakari's time in the future.
Cool. Very
So
good, very good.
if that helps with this situation at all.
Pigeon,
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
was available to you in a chisel. And you know what? I want to retcon, and I want to play that scene out in its entirety. Neff, the previous day you go and you find your pigeon. You head up to the apiary at the very top of the High Solarian, where you expect to find dozens and dozens and dozens of birds. Instead, you find a single man in a pigeon costume. Hello!
Hello, and I've just for clarity, I have met the pigeon before, right?
Yes, the pigeon. We've all met the pigeon.
Hello.
The pigeon, but
It's nice to see you again.
we've never met before.
Oh, okay, and she'll wink. We haven't met before.
The pigeon at the Kalkarn Palace. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
We've never met before in my entire life.
I understand. It's nice to meet you for the first time. Say again.
How versus your wink?
You will what?
Your wink! Is it like...
Oh, okay.
It's like a...
Are you okay? Do you have any mail for me? Since we've never met before, I am Nefel Kradamanyazar. If there is any mail addressed to that name in particular, I am the one who, I belong to that name.
Indeed, where is your identification?
I was kind of incinerated in lava, so all my forms of ID have long since...
Understandable, I completely understand. That's very understandable. Nefel Kradamanyazar, which I assume is you, considering you don't match the description that I had in mind of a Nefel Kradamanyazar from memory, but actually probably is you. Yes, I do have the mail for you. They dash about, and then they return.
Thank you.
It's magical, be careful.
Okay, wait, what specifically do I have to be careful about?
Just be careful, pigeon leaves.
Okay. Is it an envelope that I can open?
Yes, it appears to be a scroll. Of some
Okay,
kind.
scroll. I would like to unfurl it.
Okay, you unfurl the scroll. There's only one thing written on the paper, and it appears to be a magical rune.
Mm-hmm.
A magical rune of some sort. And the moment you look at it, it just kind of like wafts from your hand, and then sort of like attaches to the ground, and then just like black ichor and smoke begins to rise like fire from brimstone, and then with a flash bang, you just hear a hello, and you just see a very small drow child.
Hello. It's nice to
Hi.
meet you.
We've met before. And you see Fala.
It's Fala. Okay. Hello,
It's
Fala.
Fala.
How have you been?
Hi. I can't move from this spot because
Oh.
I'm soul bound to Jubakari, if you remember.
I do remember that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm guessing that you're our link between myself and Jubakari in that case. Could you carry a message for me?
Yes, of course. What is the message that you want me to carry? I intercepted the pigeon before he could get too close and be consumed by them, which I assume would happen if you got too close to Jubakari at any time. But I managed to figure something out to meet you. So it's got to be very, very, very quick message. What do you need?
Okay. Well, So some of my friends are having nightmarish issues that I think Jibukari could help with. And I also want to ask about my wife.
Oh, the wife, right.
My wife.
Yes.
Is she dead? No.
I believe that we can answer your queries and your questions. Why don't you pop by the temple at your earliest convenience?
Can I bring friends with me?
Who?
So you see, there's a couple I would like to bring with me.
Couples therapy. Right. Okay. Luckily, in the Temple of Death, therapy and any treatment to do with mental health is covered under our employee plan. So we could say as an umbrella, they would be covered. Would not have to pay any money for this service that TheBarinade could do for them.
That's wonderful. Yes, I'd like to take advantage of that offer if you're offering.
Are you also aware of the spell Helper Camus?
The what spell?
The spell Helper Camus.
What does it do?
Well, it essentially, if you find Jibukari's services dissatisfactory, you can summon a therapist.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sure Jibukari will be more than qualified for this sort of thing.
Okay, if you say so. Right then. Goodbye, unless.
Is there anything else is there anything you want me to, would you like a glass of water or something before you go?
Food. What food do you have? Just something that's not rotten, something fresh.
Okay, I'll be right. Just stay here. Do I have to leave the scroll here too?
No, I cannot move from this spot. The moment I take a step off, it will incinerate itself and I'll disappear.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, I have this I can give you. These are reasonably fresh. I have 1 day's worth of rations.
There are a lot of apples around, Neff, just so you know.
There's also these apples that are all around. Would you like some apples? I'll go get you some apples, and I'll go pick a few.
I will have one. I will have 1 apple.
I'll get 3.
You get 3. They seem to be adequate. And Farmer just devours them, core and all. So it's right if there's nothing else. Goodbye.
Right.
And tell Slee I say hello.
Okay, I'll let Celia know. Take care, okay? We should have a tea party or sometime soon. You know, employees and all that.
I'd love a tea party. We can actually have a lot of tea at the Temple of Death because it's all dried up leaves.
That sounds perfect, actually.
Great.
Okay, stay safe.
Okay, and she takes a step off and there's just like a crackle and she just...
Cool. Can I go find Celia?
You may.
Okay, I will go.
Celia, have you left the room since all of this with Ulster around?
Yeah, she's probably going to go try and search out Sarazar.
But who do you go with?
Yeah, if it seems that Slea's looking for Sarazar, I think she'd be like, "Can I help look?"
Sure.
I mean, if I find him, but he still kind of seems like he wants to be alone, shall I just kind of?
I think the two of you make me an investigation check together. So both roll and we'll take the higher.
Well,
Can I add a cheeky little guidance on that?
Yes.
I don't think I add anything. No, it's a 15.
Yeah, we're going to go with Bluey's.
Okay.
Mine was a 10, and I rolled the same thing on my guidance as I did my d20.
Splea has spent the last few days fairly busy with helping Corbius, helping Ulster and, planning to go down to the party, etc. That she doesn't actually know where the training grounds are, but Bluey, because you spent that time training with Sarah's the other day and honing your skills, you were able to lead Celia fairly quickly to the training ground, which actually is more of just a courtyard surrounded by 4 rows of cloisters, like just in a little square, with a few rudimentary targets, most of which seem to be suited for spellcasting. But at the moment, those are not being used. You just see, as you kind of like enter the area, through the arched pillars on the green, Saraza is going through various sword formations and just practicing those over and over. And he just is fixated on that and doesn't notice you approach.
I mean, I know Blue wouldn't want to like startle him by like appearing close. So, I don't know.
Silly beheads Bluey.
Bluey will turn to Slayer and loudly go, I wonder where Sarah's is gone.
Okay. Slayer, Bluey says this to you, and as she does, Saraza sort of just stops mid-swing, and like lowers his sword and turns to face the both of you. And when he turns, you see that on the side of his face, which was not shown to you, you see he's got a split lip just there, which is like partially healed over, and a bit of bruising reminiscent of a punch to the face. And he doesn't seem put out. He just nods, sheathes the sword and starts walking over to you. Slayer, you look tired.
You never came back.
You're waiting for me. I'm sorry that you lost sleep on my account.
She just kind of like pats him on the shoulder and gives him the same amount of healing she gave Loran.
If Saraza feels you're about to heal him, he just brushes the hand away.
She grabs his like wrist as he's trying to like brush her away.
Maybe dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Saraza does a kind of motion to sort of disengage himself, but with your other hand, you just like randomly manage to clip him on the side. He accepts the healing, and he just pushes you away. So don't. Thank you for coming to find me, but I'm just going to take a little bit of time.
If I was going to heal Loran, I was going to heal you too.
He went back.
If you need time, that's fine.
I'm sorry. It's me. And he takes a step closer and puts a hand on your shoulder if you let him.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm too old to be wearing my pain on my face.
Maybe a little.
I found another grey hair yesterday. Bluey, have you been practicing with your cool new sword?
I mean, I can't. I just woke up. I was sleeping.
Sleep, of course. Yeah. Some of us haven't been up all night. But I'm glad. So what is the plan for the day?
We leave for the Maasai tomorrow. And I think we're going to Kalkarn today.
Understood. Well, what can I do to help you? I would much rather be involved in this side of things than getting in also in the Rand's way at the moment.
Corvus came for them earlier. If y'all need to get more training done. She's indicating Bluey and Sarazar.
Well then. Shall we?
I'm happy to.
Show me what you have. Bluey.
Your moves.
Oh god. I rolled a 3 on the Rands.
Oh, as well. Oh. Oh, is it?
It's Bluey. Oh my goodness.
What can I say again?
You. Oh, Lily, would you your camera?
Hello?
Cool. Bluey, Sarazar beckons you forward, and I would like you, please, to roll me an itty-bitty bit of initiative. Thank you.
Initiative. Okay. Just trying to get
I
the.
love these dice, but the gold on the numbers fading off ever so slightly.
I rolled 20. Yes.
Woo! All right. So, Bluey, Sarazar holds his stance, and you can act. How? Assuming you want to do non-lethal, what do you want to do in this training practice?
So I'm trying to see the stuff about rally. Oh, there's no way she can get in Oh no, okay, no, rally's temporary hit points. Yes, that is. Okay, right. Bluey will come at Sarazar with 3 swings of her vicious greatsword non-lethally.
Okay, so tell me how that looks.
Maybe. Oh, okay. I know it's happening in a very short amount of time, but not in the quickest way. I don't know. Just want to kind of just, I don't. Wait, is he wearing armor? Wait, hang on. How can I do?
Not at the moment, no. I don't think either of you would be wearing your armor.
Oh, in that case. Okay. Oh, right.
Bluey, you're skilled enough that everything can be done with the flat of your blade and not actually hurt him.
Okay.
So,
cool. Right.
just whatever you want to do.
Flat of the blade, then. No, roll each.
Okay.
Plus 11. That is 16. So that is 25.
Definitely.
And that is 29 to hit.
Okay, so Bluey, you just kind of hold your sword steady, and you just feel that connection, that thrum beneath your fingers, your blade humming with magic, and you let it just kind of consume you. Even though you can't cast any spells, this is your weapon, and you feel that connection with it, almost attuned to it. And you just kind of lift the sword over your head, and you meet Sarazar's halfway. There's a clash in the air which just resonates throughout the courtyard. You spin on your back leg, and you kind of come back into a defensive stance. You push forward, deflecting a hit from Sarazar. You tap him on the side, 1 hit connecting. You pull back and you start another round of movements. You clash once, twice, and then you tap him on the side again, catching him 3 times each, non-lethally, but certainly making their target. But Sarazu does not let that get the better of him. He kind of pushes you back and then spins around and then holds his sword out, keeping you at sword point. You guys walk in kind of just like a circle, eyeing each other, waiting for the other to make the first move. And then Sarazu switches hands and kind of catches you on the side of the leg, taking you by surprise.
Jesus.
Make me another round of
That was
attacks, please.
Alright. Not rolling damage for this.
No, you don't need to roll damage.
Ooh. That is 13. That's a
Okay,
natural 20.
brilliant.
And that's a 15.
15, okay. So, Bluey, the first one just goes too wide and it arcs over Saraz's head. He ducks down and he just kind of like catches your ankle with the hilt of his sword, and you kind of slip and you double over onto one knee and you have to use the blade to catch yourself. And you're holding yourself there, you're breathing heavily, and Sarazu is about to bring his blade about to hold it to your neck to signal that defeat, but you twist, you kind of use the ground to your advantage at the low level, and you bring your sword up to thrust from the bottom, and you just whack right along Sarazu's side as hard as you can without hurting. And as you do, the sword seems to move so fast that it splits in two until you realise, Slia looking on, that it does. The imprint of the sword left in the sky, like looking at the sun far too long and seeing it in your vision still. The sword is hovering there, a glowing, spectral sword, cast in Asalios' own light, which, when it hits, just scatters like fairy dust, like starlight, like magic, against Sarazu's side. Sensing your intent not to hurt him, it does not do any damage, but it's the force of it is enough to have him staggering back. And he's surprised, and his weapon falls from his hand in that shock.
You know what? When you were describing the magical after image, I was like, wait, what is happening? I totally forgot that's what happens on a nat 20.
On a natural 20, on an attack with this weapon, a spectral sword strikes in tandem with your own, causing the attack to deal an extra 1d8 magical slashing damage.
It's like hitting himself.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Sorry.
And I'm just going to give you a little bit of like a main character moment. When you kind of like look down at your sword just in disbelief, and you look around and you see there are students just kind of like gathered at the cloisters, like watching in awe. And kind of like all the princesses in Shira, you're kind of just like having a little bit of a glowing weapon.
Also, I think Slia had kind of been dozing off, and that like wakes her up like, oh, that's...
Sarazu gets up onto his feet and walks over to you, Bluey, and just holds out her hand. Peachy. Student becomes a master. Though. Don't get too cocky.
I won't. Don't worry, Sarazu.
It would be Laura who would.
You're okay after that, right?
Oh, no, that's... I'm alright. Thank you for showing me how far you've come. It's an honour to fight with you.
It was an honor being taught and instructed and shown care for.
He sheathes his sword and just kind of like pats you on the back and walks towards you, Slia, and says, "Should we go find Nev and the others?"
I think Corvius has Cass, Loran, and Brian right now.
Then just Nev.
And just Neff.
And you guys can walk into the High Solarium. And I'm going to go to the loo. I need to pee. I'll be right back.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good.
It's good.
Swords. Swords are good.
Swords are fun.
I'm guessing Sarasa wasn't using his new cool sword, or maybe it isn't a sword at all.
He did not bring it. It was left in the room because Leo was focusing on that by the door.
Neff did guard it before going to sleep.
I think Louis wouldn't understand like why you'd get a new sword and you wouldn't try and use it, practice it right away, which is that's not one.
Fair point, fair point. I'm vibing with this nice music in the background. Okay, I'm excited to see what we've got in store coming up.
Will we get to the trials today?
Look, I don't want to be... I think we will get to them. Will we actually roleplay out any of the trial stuff? Will we get to that? But that's another question altogether. I reckon we will get to them at the very least.
Another 5 hours, no.
I think we're gonna. I think the trials might be a full party situation.
Oh, like that, yeah. That makes sense as well, yeah.
We are down. I'm down.
Hope George is doing okay.
I think because this game was originally...
I think it was originally going to be rescheduled, and then it wasn't in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah. What was that for me? I have my first COVID shot coming up tomorrow. So that's going to be nice. It's going to be good. Looking forward to getting that done. Oh, it's taking so long. All the bookings in Australia are like crazy.
Yep.
It's so hard to get anything. I'm not getting the... Oh wait, actually, Anna, did you get yours already?
So I'm getting the second dose of AstraZeneca on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the first AstraZeneca dose tomorrow.
If it's anything like my response, be prepared to warm up some heat packs because that stops the extreme shivers.
Oh yeah, actually, how did you feel after it?
I remember saying this to you all, that like it was one of the weirdest kind of like medical related experiences of my life. Like,
okay,
just like shaking and that affecting my speech, and just like,
damn, okay.
I'm otherwise kind of feeling fine for the most part, but like eventually kind of like I think like muscles got a bit tense and anyway. And then it was headache, and I couldn't sleep on my arm for a few nights. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll be streaming, so we'll have on video however I end up feeling. But yeah, it's been like here and there. I think my brother, he had his yesterday, his first one, and he was feeling a bit out of it, like just a little bit achy, but not too intense. And then a coworker of mine had the shot on Saturday, I think, during the day, and then when I was there in the evening, he just had like a bit of a headache, and that's it. So I've got my fingers crossed for hopefully like a mild to no effect, but we'll see. At the very least, I'll be here. We'll have it on video. I'll have it catalogued, so we'll know.
If you do experience any effect, I think it'll be like more than like 7 hours after the shot or something like that.
Yeah, I heard that you've experienced like way later, and then like the day after. So I'm just reading some chat comments that are making me laugh. But it should be good. Say again.
What's being said?
Drazza wrote, you should stream your side effects. It may end up being really boring XD. And then Mr. Wah wrote, I actually forgot about this. Don't be a pussy, I raced you an hour after my shot. True, actually. We did like a video game race 1 hour after he got his COVID shot, so that was interesting. Maybe we should, Mr. Wah, maybe we should do that. How about I get my shot and then after that I'll race you in my delirious state.
Put some sort of like handicap, like golf. I don't know. This,
A handicap on
I had my shot today. At least a place up.
That'd be interesting. Like, I don't know. It depends. If I have like no side effects, then that'll give me like a kind of an advantage. But who knows? Maybe I'll get very sick. It's hard to say.
Who knows?
Do you actually? I have a question. Do you usually get flus or colds, Anna?
I don't know, like hard to say if it's like more or less than the average person. I don't tend to feel like when I get sort of regular colds and flus, I don't tend to get I don't feel too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe it's probably not related at all. I'm just wondering. I know that some time ago, when it was like a big thing, I caught the swine flu when that was like a big thing ages ago, and I went to like hospital for that. It was crazy. It was like the worst I've ever felt. But ever since then, I've never caught another flu, or well, I was gonna say I haven't caught a flu or a cold, but maybe I have. I just haven't had any like visible symptoms of those things since then. So, could be a fun coincidence. But
The power of swine. I don't.
the power of swine. My pig force has protected me. I have a pig shield. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. At least the stream will know how I feel. Because I'll be here. Unless the only reason, well, if I'm feeling sick, I'll still stream. If I have a headache, I won't. That's the only thing I don't want to do. I don't like stream with. If I have a headache, I can't I don't know. I feel like I can't do anything.
I feel like if you're feeling sick, it's worse than a headache.
It depends. It depends. Depends on the sickness. To be fair, like if I'm throwing up, obviously, then I'm not going to be like streaming like, "Hey everybody, welcome to Mario." Pardon me. Oh, like I'm not going to be here doing that. I don't think anybody wants to see that, and I'll probably be in bed resting and recovering. But if it's more mild, you know. I've heard that the I guess the adverse symptoms that you get after taking the shot only last like a day or so.
I think I would say mine lasted kind of 2.5 days.
Oh damn! Okay.
I think maybe apart from the sore arm, it was kind of headache. Oh, it was. I can't remember. I don't know. I didn't really note them
Okay.
down closely.
I guess yeah. If I feel a bit achy, I'll stream. If I have a headache, I won't. And I guess
Rest is important.
Yeah, rest is important. Rest is really really good. I love rest. Rest is like that's a very high tier recreational activity for me. I would say. I found this nice new album called this Japanese album called Sounds of the Forest or something, and it's just like these foresty sounds. It's really nice. Ooh. 3 days maximum? Yeah, I think 3 days is about the longest that you experience kind of side effects for probably. It probably depends on what vaccine you get as well.
Aloha.
Hello!
Hola.
Welcome.
I guess because of your age, you'll be told about the specific clotting risk and what to look out for, and the fact that, yeah, for AZ. Yeah,
that's the one. I'm getting the AstraZeneca one.
You're getting the AstraZeneca one?
Yeah, because Pfizer is completely booked for months.
Right.
The only reason that our age groups have Pfizer in Sydney is because if you're within like the local government areas that have high cases, which technically we're not, but we're one street away from one. So yeah, yeah.
Wait, didn't you guys have like 1.5k cases in New South Wales the other day?
Yeah, we did. We did. Yep. That was the highest. Today was 1.4. I think yesterday or something was like highest deaths in a day in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay safe.
We're all doing our part. I'll get my second dose.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. This sounds really weird. I just can't imagine what it's like to lose your sense of taste. Because like Charlotte was saying that on her Snapchat the other day, like, wow, this is strong enough, I can almost taste it. And I was just like, what is that?
Have you never had like a bad flu where you can't taste anything?
Not really.
When you have the flu, like everything tastes like nothing.
Yeah,
You feel the sensation.
It's kind of. I feel like it's because I had a really bad flu once. I feel like it's kind of similar to if you burn your tongue, then the way your tongue feels like hours later. So you kind of just can't taste anything. And I have burned my tongue many times. I'm a professional, experienced tongue burner.
Oh boy.
That's the take.
Oh gosh. Extra hard. Okay.
Let's go.
Alright, so Ulster. Oh, are we going back on are we still on stream?
Yeah, we're chilling.
Ulster. You, Cass, and Loran head to Corby's office, where you are to brew Cass's potion of greater bliss. Now, with with Cass and Loran's assistance, you are able to make these rolls at advantage. So, would you please make me 2 rolls? Advantage, please.
One's a natural 20.
Sexy.
Another natural 20.
Oh my god!
Get it?
Two natural 20s.
Damn.
Yes.
Ulster might be crazy, but he's still good at magic.
So, we have some fun content for you. Now, Potion of Major Blessing. Whenever a target makes a Wisdom saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to any saving throw. The target cannot be possessed during this time. Depending on the rolls of the characters, the spell can last. It either fails, it either lasts for an hour, or 8 hours, or 24 hours, or if you get a natural 20, it lasts for 1d4 days. So could you please roll me a d4? 2 days. Brilliant. So,
Ulster's like, wait.
Loran gives you a kiss on the top of the head and says, very good. Very impressive if you ask me. And Cass pours you a drink and says, I'm certainly not complaining. So Corvius, can I take some 2 stints so I can have 2 separate days of bliss, or do I have to do it consequential? And Corvius just says, well, if this has been brewed correctly, which from my expert teaching, I'm sure it has been, you will take this in 1 dose and it will last for 2 days consecutively. Now, in the meantime, whilst you're gone, I will attempt to brew some more, but as I will be alone, and I'm a very busy man, and you have instilled this task upon me at a most inopportune time, it will not be ready for another few weeks or so, maybe 2 weeks. Until then, good luck. And Castor says, right, great, thank you. Feels good. Feels very, very good. Also, how long do these King's Trials tend to last?
Oh, I don't know.
Good. That's going to be good enough then. Brilliant. And Cass takes a drink and just pokes one of her eyes under her face, and tightens the little ribbon she has to hide them.
We could try and like pop them out, but maybe that would hurt.
Somehow, I don't know if that's a good idea. I have cut off my own arm before, so don't take my word for it. Maybe I'll feel a bit different after a few drinks.
Okay.
Come to me in maybe like an hour or two, and I'll see if I've changed my mind.
Maybe you should ask Slayer or Neff to do it though.
Slayer would be good, but somehow I think, for specific with popping eyes out, I think Neff might actually deserve.
That's a vote of confidence that I'm sure Neff would appreciate.
Anyway, so Corvius ushers you out of his office, and you guys can reunite all together. Let's say...
Not with Sarah Theron.
No. Let's say Ulster, Loran, Cass, kind of like... Where do you guys want to go?
Maybe the library, somewhere quiet.
You guys make your way to the library and you continue to research into any magical items that Sleer started the other day, which might help you in this mission. Sleer, Neff, and Bluey with Sarazil, what do you want to do?
I was looking... Wait, did I find that I found Sleer?
Yeah, wait, did we find...
Sorry. Bluey, Sleer. Looking for Neff, where do you go? Where do you check?
Bluey's thinking like, you know, the Chronologica, the med bay, the canteen, like...
The three of you approach the Chronologica and swiftly turns away. And when you mention that you're looking for Neff, every single mage shivers as if no, we would never let her near here. She is a tide of chaos, a portent of things going array.
A tide? I don't think I'm that... I'm more like a pint of chaos. Okay, I'm not that chaotic.
A pint of chaos. She's a pint of chaos.
I'm a pint of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was in Brian's room, like, when Bluey woke up. We can always go back there, I don't know.
So you guys wander around for a little while. Before Neff, I think you're making your way down from the apiary. Confused, but pleased that the father was able to come and assure you that Jupakari would see you. You guys would cross paths. And you are reunited, if you wish to be.
Hello. Morning. It's nice to see you. Hi.
Did you manage to make a plan about the whole Jupakari thing?
Yes, about that. Firstly, Sleer, Fala says hello. I spoke with her as she was summoned by a scroll with a magic rune on it, and had a little talk. I asked her to go back and see if Jupakari would see us in some way, in some form. I mentioned the nightmare-ish situation, I guess you could call it, that Ryan and Loran are in right now, and also I want to ask some questions about Osha Baby, so I guess we just wait now. Bluey?
I don't know.
Yes, Bluey?
If we're kind of like waiting for response back, and also Brian, Loran, and Cass are busy. Okay. Alright, Emma, the armor that Blue's armor that got like bloody like destroyed in Fireland. Alright, at the moment she has armor that gives her an AC of 17.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blue would want to suggest trip to market, even though Loran's just been there and actually bought something. Sarah's sorry.
Yes, so Saraza would say, Bluey, this, if there was ever a time to do these sorts of things, it is right now. So
Okay.
yes, definitely. And you can definitely go to the market and figure out all that you would need to.
Get better.
Alternatively, we could just go pick up the armor you purchased that should have arrived at, I think, Loran's shop.
Oh, yeah, I did do that, didn't I? I mean, could we go there today? Is that
Well,
a bit?
I think only Neff is needed to take them to a Shissel, so Sleer, Bluey, why don't we go together?
If that's all right. Yeah.
Sleer,
That'd be good.
yes, I think that's more than okay. Sleer, will you tell Allston that we're going in ascending, perhaps? I think he would be upset if we didn't tell him.
He wanted to give you an apology if we ran into you. Or I think he wanted me to do ascending. I'm not tapped on magic per se, but I'm running lower than I can just go find him.
If you're allowed to run in this place, I'm not sure if you are. I could.
Wouldn't recommend it. It's a school.
Also did to a panther and run around the High Solarian.
Yeah, no one has ever forgotten. Saraza says, I will wait at the entrance. Look up when the next teleportation to a prayer would be to Ironstone. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Right.
Neff, you can wait with Saraza if you wish. Saraza doesn't dismiss you.
Oh, okay. I'll wait with Sarah in that case.
Even though Sleer healed him, you can still see just like the vague remnants of just like soreness on his cheek.
Can I medicine check him to see if this is like a soreness that's curable with a light magic spell or not?
It might just be a way of the DM telling you that there's an in for character conversations if you wish.
Okay. Neff will kind of sidle up to Sarazer and look at him.
Hello, Neff.
Morning. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you feeling, Sarazer?
I'm tired. I didn't sleep that well last night.
How come?
I slept outside under the stars, camping. New hobby.
You What? But why?
And trying new things, broadening horizons. And
I would like to insight check him. He seems very sus. I think he may just have vented.
Camping has just been invented.
I'll do insight check.
Okay.
That is not great, but that is a 14. Can I tell if he's being totally earnest?
Complete fabrication of the truth.
Sarzer, it's early in the morning for lies today.
Why does it feel like someone's used that line already?
That's because I think I heard that line before. I think it was Celia who used it, and I thought it was quite amusing.
It's midday.
Okay.
But
Still too early for lies.
Always too early for lies.
I'm avoiding the ground just for a moment. I think he needs some space to calm down.
Okay.
Thought it'd be best to be forthcoming.
if you need space, you can let me know. I understand. But you don't have to try pull the wool over my eyes, Sarazer. I might not be the brightest light in the candelabra, but I can still shine through a tablecloth.
And speaking of, your scarf is actually caught over your eyes. Let me just pull that. Pulls back the woolen scarf.
Thank you. Thanks for pulling the wool. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I see what you're trying to do. I see through the woolen scarf.
Uh-huh. I understand. Enough.
Joke's on you, it's acrylic. No, okay, yes.
What is acrylic?
I
It's not a language. Acrylic would be a great name for a language.
That would be, actually.
Yeah.
What material is acrylic again? I think that's not the right material.
Plastic.
Say again?
It's basically plastic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Acrylic is like painting with plastic.
Okay.
It dries very quickly. Never liked it. Anyway. Always paying for it. Okay. Sarah's just kind of like gives you a smile and says, Neff, there are some things which are just incredibly complicated and magical, which are hard to explain and incredibly private. But what I will say is that Loran and I have been trying to rebuild our relationship for a very long time now. And that was always going to be difficult. There was always going to be things which came between us. And at the moment, we're just going through one of those difficult stages. But in spite of everything, I think, from my experience, of just being this, I hate to say it all.
At that point, I'll give him a tight hug around the waist.
That isn't it?
I believe in you. I think you'll do well.
I think we'll get past this.
I trust in your building skills.
I think this is one of those things which would be healed best with distance.
And time.
Exactly.
Am I too close to you? Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry, I'll take a few steps back.
No. Not at all.
Okay. Is there anything I can do?
You can trust me.
I trust you. Do you trust me?
I do. Very much. In spite of everything.
Thank you, Sarazer.
That's alright. Now, let's just hope this Jubakari thing works out.
I think it will. I have faith.
Bluey and Sleer. Unless there's something else you want to say to Ulster. No, instead you want to say to Sarazer, Death?
No, the idea was to inform Brian.
Yeah. So, Neff, unless there's something else you want to say to Sarazer, Bluey and Sleer.
Love you, Sarazer.
I love you too, Neff. So, the two of you make your way up to Corby's office. Ulster, you're in up.
We're in the library.
You make your way to find Ulster and Loran. I'm just going to say after a while you find them in the library and you approach quietly.
Quiet.
Quiet. He's caught in a bear trap. Running from your life from child above. Oopsie. Hello. Come to do more research?
No, so, because tomorrow is tomorrow, and I had to be reminded about the fact that I bought something, and had it delivered somewhere. I'm gonna head, with Sarah briefly to Ironstone, get the armor that was repaired, and head back. Since it's your shop, Loran, if you want us to get something
Pick
for
up
you
anything.
or check how it is.
I think in my bedroom there is a crate, specifically not the red crate. There is a different crate, which is full of a shipment of potions that I've just received. Now, if you rifle through in there, find anything that's not too expensive or rare, but would you be useful? So you think, then please, you can bring those along.
What counts as expensive and or rare?
Anything that would be labelled above wondrous in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Oh, okay. But could we pay for them?
I could say it was a tax-free gift on my invoice. If you have the money,
Just
purchase
bring
anything above
the
it.
whole crate then.
If you can carry that, you may.
I can
You may bring
write.
the whole crate.
I can
I'm sure
write
I
check.
can carry it.
Yes.
If it helps, we're teleporting tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you could also use the whole crate in person, and you can then decide which items you want to put as a tax-free gift, or which ones.
Yes. If we bring the crate through to a shissel, they might. We might need to declare it in customs, and that's just a whole long process. I haven't bribed any of the officials here, so. I haven't filled out any of the paperwork necessary for that. So let's just do this privately, shall we say?
Smuggling, you mean?
Indeed.
I mean, with my strength and also Sarah's help holding, we could make it look like an empty crate.
No. We will go to my shop. But if you still need to go to Ironstone, we can meet you there.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll meet us in Ironstone after.
After hanging out with the Sphinx, yes.
Okay.
And then we'll go home together.
Yes. I can teleport us directly to the Messiah from my shop anyway.
Okay.
Be nice to see the shop again.
It would be. I wonder how all of those orphans are doing. I'm sorry. I wonder how all of those displaced children are doing. I'm sorry. I wonder how my business is thriving.
Also, he's kind of laughing, but he looks a bit like, oh.
Anywho, goodbye.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Adios.
Enjoy your time with the Sphinx.
I'm sure we won't.
I hope it goes well.
At
That
least
one.
Neff will be having a good time.
And she won't be trying to manage.
Cass kind of sticks her head out and just says, even though I am the third in this relationship, I somehow feel that my presence might be needed in the shop. And I might want to have a bit of a rest. So I think I will come with you guys.
Also, there's no thirds in this relationship. Sorry, Kat. I feel like I had to lay that down.
Oh, then turn. I'll heal.
You're our close personal friend.
Cass looks at you and then looks to Loran and then looks at you and then looks to Loran and then looks to her feet and just says, I am going to go and drink.
Also, just like, I'm hurting everyone today. I didn't mean to.
Cass gives you a big hug and says, I completely understand. and gives you a big kiss on the forehead.
Can she reach? I was have to like bend all the way.
Fully pulling you down, and Michelle's is strongly in your hand.
Yes, drinks.
Mm-hmm. You guys part ways. You can pick up Neff on the way. No, you can pick up Saraza, sorry, on the way out towards Ironstone, and make your way back to the capital of Aprea. Via teleportation, you go.
Bazoom.
Bazoom. You bazoom. We'll catch up with you in but a moment. Neff, you say goodbye to Saraza and are left waiting on Ulster and Loran. Ulster, is there anything you want to say to Loran before you make your way down to meet Neff?
He's got like a quill and he's just twiddling it. Do we need to talk about anything before we go to therapy?
I punched Saraza in the face.
I assume that did not work out very well for you.
I hurt my hand.
Is Saraza okay?
He flinched. Slightly.
Slightly.
That's about it.
Did you talk to him?
In talking with outdoor voices.
You know that your relationship with Saraza is very important to you and your mental health, and I don't want to. I know I've already kind of hurt it a bit, but I don't want to jeopardize it at its core. Because you know he would never. He was.
Mm-hmm.
He was appalled, I think.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
An insight check, Lauren. 27.
27. He is uncomfortable, but he's doing his best. And he just says, Ulster, sometimes we just need to exercise our emotions. Grieve a bit.
You haven't lost anything. I promise.
Zara told me what he said to you. He didn't tell me how you reacted. He said that was for you to share.
Part is he referring to specifically?
It seems he's not told him that you wanted to keep the items.
Okay. I've given Saraza the mirror. I have a book. You can look at it if you want, but I draw everything in there. Everything I see in real life in the mirror. It helps me remember things. And there might be a couple of illustrations in there of certain people who aren't real.
Do you need them?
Just. Also looks like he's having a moment. Hopefully not. I haven't known them for more than a month or so.
You haven't known them.
They're just drawings. Would you like me to get rid of them?
Would that hurt you?
I don't know.
I don't think they're just drawings, also. And I think you know they're not.
Can you give me a bit of time? But if you asked me to do anything, you know I would do it.
I'm not going to ask you.
I love you. It's you. There's no other door anywhere covered in sunflowers. It's just you. I promise. It was always going to be.
I believe you. But so long as you have those drawings, it doesn't matter. If there's a door here in the real world, there'll be cracks in your mind. And those are just as important to me.
I'm working on it.
So am I.
Then where does that leave us?
I love you. And I'll never stop. And I love our child.
Then we feel the same.
Let's go to therapy. Lauren extends his hand to you.
Also takes it.
You guys go to find Neff. Neff! You see Ulster, Lauren, hand in hand, approaching you. Neff! Neff man as well.
That's me.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you excited to meet your god deity thing?
My friends. Hi, Brian.
No, I didn't mean to say prince.
Well, I can see what's on your mind. And it's quite wholesome. I hope. I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think you've ever met Jubakari before.
You diverted that greeting specifically.
Let's not talk.
It was a long time ago. Do you remember enough?
I remember, but now we'll get a chance to all convene together.
Also has major flashbacks.
Well then, seeing as we're all here, no time like the present. And Lauren just swoops out the door and beckons you all to follow. The two of you kind of make your way down the alleyway, and you hear, as you leave, a blang, blong, blang, blong, blang, blong, 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 blong.
Perception check?
Yeah.
17.
17. In the corner of your eye, you see a small metal creature with a large eye at the center of it. It's like a sphere.
Oh, it's Vanessa's babysitter.
Little wings, and it's just like glunk, 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 as it kind of like appears to be searching for something.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you recognize us?
Do you speak Celestial?
Yeah.
Okay. To anyone who doesn't speak Celestial here, you just hear ah, and also harmonizing. But also you just hear, I search for my charge.
The little one or the big one?
The little one.
Why don't you let the little one have a day off?
He must not be let out of my sight.
I think that's a bit overbearing.
You instilled me with this task.
Yeah, but he should have days off.
I do not understand the concept of a day off.
Why don't you take a day off so you can understand the concept thoroughly?
I am breaking from the inside.
No. Also, like, steers it in another direction. Go for a walk.
Glunk, 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 glunk. I will search. Glunk, 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 glunk.
An attempt was made.
Hello there. I say in Celestial.
You want to say hello to it?
I want to say hello, yeah.
Glunk, glunk. It turns around slowly. It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. Hi, this is fun. It keeps turning around and around. It's really fun. And around.
This is not a wheelie chair.
It's
No.
amusing to think what Lily's like real life perspective on this must be.
Do you laugh at me? Yay! Come on. It says, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hi there, I'm Neff. It's nice to meet you.
I am Modron.
Nice to meet you, Madron.
Modron, we've met before.
It's nice to meet you for a second time. It's nice to
It
meet again
seems
for the
like
first time.
The second time you've said this today.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Ulster's got his head in his hands. He's like, ugh.
I am searching for the boy.
Can I help you with that in any way?
Neff, we have an appointment.
Oh,
with a
sorry,
big
I can't help with
scary
that. Okay, let's go. We're in a rush.
Deity. And it seems to have malfunctioned as staring at the sun.
The deity alarm has gone off. Can I?
Sit down.
Uh,
Okay, that seems fine. Let's go.
Ryan, is it solar powered?
Who knows? It may be. It may be. You guys continue, and Loran, in the meantime, you've had this interaction, has been chalking up a teleportation circle. Now, Neff,
Yes.
we're going to need you to focus. Really focus on the location you're taking us to. You've been there before, but
Please focus.
please.
I grew up there.
That? No, you did not. You grew up there for about 5 months, and then you were.
I know, I was there for a total 5. That's a long time. 5 months is a while.
As a baby. You
Yeah.
remember it?
I think a Babu Neff would have a pretty good memory.
Don't forget, we also were there consistently in the
And
first
that
half of
too.
the campaign.
We have not. She was there for 5 months when she was a little Neffling, and then we were there after that.
Oh, Neffling. A Neffling. No,
She's-
that's really cute.
I imagine her just as like this little tiny little ball of chaos. I feel like she was more lawful good at one point, but we've been there a lot. I feel like Neff has good memory of that, especially because we've been there recently, and traumatic events have happened there, co-starring Bluey. So I feel like we've some good potent memories of that place. I feel like Neff could visualize it pretty well.
So, Neff, you close your eyes and you visualize the temple. The Winter Palace. You visualize the way Jibakari flew into its shattered remains and made it its home, the way it barreled through your personal belongings and the heirlooms of your family, destroying them one by one until it had made a little nest for itself. And you feel the magic of Loren's teleportation circle flash and then slam down. Now, one thing you don't remember quite is exactly where the closest teleportation circle would have been to that area.
Mm-hmm.
So, you find yourselves kind of thrown about the country for a moment until you scatter across the cold sandstone floor of a, for lack of a better word, large spherical room with tall curving walls and a cage in the corner. There are a set of double doors on one side, and there is a worn-out teleportation circle on the floor, which is just there, but it's covered in sand, as this place seems to have fallen into disrepair.
Can I roll anything to see if I recognize this place at all?
Both of you, Ulster and Neff, can roll to see if you recognise it.
20.
20, Neff?
What check am I rolling?
You're rolling a insight or investigation.
Okay. I'll roll, I guess, I'll roll insight, I guess. That's a 19.
19, 20. This appears to be the Sandstone Citadel, where you interacted with the remains of the Dunes, the sort of rebel extremist group which formed around Karul and corrupted these sort of like earnest plans which they initially had to create a more fair system of governance, which then became replace your tyranny with ours sort of situation.
I remember this location.
I think I do too.
Lauren says, it doesn't look like anyone's used this location in quite a while. Wasn't Jeff in that cage once?
Oh, that's where the cage is from.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
I don't really care.
Neither do I. Let's find the exit. So, you guys, using your vague memory of this place, can find the exit fairly quickly. You do feel a little unsettled as you go past disused war rooms and large empty barracks. The sand has contaminated this place and is built up along the walls in like the corners of the room, and the front door is fully opened. And as you kind of like walk out, you just see the sand wastes before you. In the distance, you can see the sort of like light haze across the horizon, which would be the light of Kalkariat, very far off. Closer to you, you can see the slightly darker but no less visible imprint of another city on the horizon, further inland, Melturn, which you never went to, but that's where the rebels initially kind of like originated from.
Isn't that where we had the original combat at Melton?
You had it on the outskirts, yeah. You never went right into the city. So, Loran says, right, if my knowledge of this country, which I've spent plenty of time in, is correct, we need to fly away from both of those places.
Carpet?
You guys clamber onto the carpet and you zoom off over the sand wastes. Now, you fly over dunes, you fly over sandstorms even, you kind of like clutch as hard as you can onto the carpet as you are kind of like rustled in every direction, the sand almost catching your eyes, but you're able to avoid much disturbance. You see the fallen body of a large worm, shriveled and kind of flattened by time.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there anything I can harvest from that for medicinal purposes later?
What?
This is not a
You're very far away from it.
occurrence.
You have to take a detour, so roll a persuasion check to see if you can persuade around to go down.
If it's too much of a detour, I won't. If only it's like not too far out of the way, I would do that.
It would just be flying down, so it depends if that's what you want.
Could I check first, as in, like, could I search my knowledge of medicine to see if there would be anything worth harvesting? Because I don't want to just go down and check and have nothing come out of it. Medicine check?
Yeah.
That is a 25.
Oh, dear God. Yes. So, you are aware of a very rare type of poison which could be harvested from a purple worm, which would be incredibly potent. Cause massive harm if applied to weapons or onto a wound.
Loran?
Or anyway, it does piercing or slashing damage. Yes.
Could you really quickly do you see that purple worm corpse
I
down
do.
there? Okay.
Try and bite your off.
Well, I remember that, yes. Could you really quickly steer us down, just very quickly? I want to see if I can harvest something that I could maybe use to turn into a poison, if you don't mind.
Cool.
A very potent one at that, actually.
If it's a poison, that sounds interesting.
Off we go.
You also might need my help if it's an animal.
Loran
helps.
quickly dives down and flies alongside the corpse. And you see it's incredibly shriveled, but if you go up to the maw, there are still some teeth which have not been looted from or harvested by other animals. Also,
I am immune to poison.
you're immune to poison. What do you do?
If
Brian,
you'd
can
like
you
me
help
to
me?
harvest.
Yeah, I can help instruct you, and if you're immune to it, maybe you can actually do the harvesting.
Okay, Neff, please make me a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Or a nature check.
Or a nature check.
Actually,
That's okay, I can make it.
make it medicine then, okay.
Okay. This is my. I'm not a nature gazer. I spent all my days in the library. I read books, about teeth and all sorts of things. My medicine check is a 23.
23, okay. You know precisely how to remove one of these teeth. You need to get the tooth intact to be able to properly extract the poison from it. So you instruct Ulster to tell me, invent it. Tell me how you get out of level 1 tooth. I'm curious.
Okay, we need to extract the tooth in its entirety, so we need to not break it.
I can do that. I'm not very strong.
Okay.
I can help you.
Rana, how would you like to help? Are you immune to poison as well? I don't want you to get the poison.
No, I can buff him up.
Oh, okay.
And also you feel suddenly very swole. Even if that's not reflected in physical form.
Brian has like a Dragon Ball Z transformation sequence. Ready to pull this tooth out.
Interesting.
Okay.
What do I do now?
Well,
No.
I guess, do you trust yourself to pull it out without breaking the tooth?
I think I could pull away the desiccated gum tissue.
Okay, maybe try that and that'll loosen the tooth up a bit.
Okay. Also starts unscrewing the tooth.
Make me a strength check with advantage.
Advantage.
You have luck point left. You have 1 left.
So first check's a 9, so I don't think anything happens.
Okay. You if you fail more than once, things will happen. So you kind of unscrew, it just doesn't budge.
Okay.
Roll me again.
Advantage. Natural 20.
Natural 20. The first time also just kind of like, and I think it's at this point which Loran casts the Buffy spell. And like the moment you get that swole magic in you, you just feel it buckle and twist beneath you, and you just pull up this tooth. It's about the size of your head, a bit bigger.
Ooh.
Yes, you do. And you sort of shake it, and you hear a sloshing inside.
Do you want another one?
You can only get one.
Oh, there's only one tooth.
It's
Okay.
incredibly potent and rare. Expensive, so I'm just going to give you the one.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay.
Also, thanks, Loran, for steering us down here.
Should I put it in my bag in case it leaks?
If you're immune to poison, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I can help turn it into poison later on if you like.
Okay. Ulster puts it in his bag and wraps it up in his cloak. And he'll keep checking it to make sure it's not going to be damaged.
Just a huge tooth.
Huge tooth.
+1 purple 1 tooth.
Okay. So, I'm going to just tell you. A creature subjected to this poison must make a DC 19 Constitution or take 12d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Nice.
It costs, Loran tells you, on the market that costs 2,000 gold pieces.
Just the
Just the poison.
And how much poison's in the tooth?
Well, I'm going to take this. We are going to divvy it up into vials, and we're going to see exactly how much money we're making here.
But we could just use it as well.
Or we could make money from it.
We could also use it.
We could use some of it and then use the rest to buy a nice yacht.
Do we need a yacht?
Who doesn't need a yacht? What about a nice dinner?
I guess I don't really need a yacht.
I need an armada also.
I do not understand, but I will enable you in this case.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so with the tooth in check, you guys continue flying off into the distance.
It's all the way in Czech.
Also-
We're gonna have to go to Europe now. Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
Check bounced.
I was gonna say when also could write a check, I was like, oh, can you?
Yeah.
C H. Anyway. So you continue flying, all stare.
Mhm.
As you fly, you notice Loran kind of, even though he's focused on the sky ahead, occasionally he looks back to the empty space on the carpet, and then just kind of stares at it and shakes his head and just focuses forward again. Then
All
he's
stare.
trying to like bite his tongue.
Also puts his leg through the empty space.
Loran kind of like grabs your leg and says, "Don't."
He looks at Neff and then he just taps his head.
Neff looks at you. And taps her head
He's
back.
if Loran incites him enough, he's trying to communicate that Loran can tell him through a message if he wants to.
Right.
If he doesn't want to say it in front of Neff. If he wants to say it in front of Neff, it's fine.
I think Loran just shrugs and says, "It's fine. I'm seeing things again. I'm surprised you're not."
I don't see anything there.
Also make a perception check.
25.
25. You don't see anything in that space, which is a relief to you. You kind of put out your hand over Loran's and you look forwards, but before you can set your eyes on the skies, you see a vision off the edge of the carpet. And the figure falling.
He just tightens his grip on Loran and kisses his cheek.
And you guys continue onwards. Neff.
Yes.
Through the night skies, you see nothing.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm gonna get some biscuits.
You look forwards over the horizon line and you think, God damn it, I was supposed to be here by now. And then you remember the magic which conceals this place.
Mm.
And as you have that memory, you fly through what appears to be a shimmering field. And then, opened up below you, you see the Winter Palace of the Kradamanyazar royal family. It is shattered as you remember, but there is something else in its broken window panes. There is something else holding the walls together. There is darkness, like a death shroud, draped over this place, sealing up the runes left by time. Ah, biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
You're home.
Well,
No.
home isn't the right word for it, but we're at my faith's residence, I guess, in a way.
Nonetheless, you're here. And Loran begins to lower the carpet.
Jubakari won't eat us, will he?
I don't think so.
It's a shame, and very tasty. Also, I've been told.
Loran, you don't want to be eaten by a scary big sphinx.
Not by that one.
What?
I was like, are you referring to Shu? That also would be unpleasant.
It's okay. Never mind.
I definitely think I'm missing some context here, so I won't ask.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm a bit distracted.
Well, let's find Jibukari.
You guys begin walking towards the palace. And all's down. As you walk, you hear another set of footsteps alongside you.
Also takes a deep breath, and he's gonna see who it is.
He's just as tall as you remember. Taller than Loran. Whole again. He's just walking silently beside you. His presence enough, or so he thinks.
It's cruel. Also look at Loran, see if he sees anything.
Loran is looking dead ahead, refusing to move his eyes away from the path being drawn by Neff.
He'll squeeze Loran's hand and then just take a step behind him so that Loran doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you say?
I'm not going to hurt him again, even if you're there.
Now can you be sure of that?
Because you can't do anything.
I can. So long as I'm here, I always have power over you, Mister. You make sure of that.
It makes sense that you're here, but it won't be for long.
Also, you will never be rid of me, even in death. It's about time you come to terms with that. I'm always going to be here with you, even in your most private moments, even when you at least want me there. You let me into your heart, and you can't let me out that easily.
I only have one person in my heart.
Do you actually?
I think Ulster kind of moves his hand to his neck where the purple stone would have been and where in that other reality he would have had it embedded, and he just shows Cruel that it's not there.
I can make it real. Or, well, you can.
Why would I do that?
Because you blame yourself. Because you know you don't deserve this. Not after everything. And it's true. Also. Take comfort in that. You have one truth to cling to.
Which one?
In spite of everything, you deserve this.
It's not my fault. I think it's yours.
I don't believe. And I think you hear a crack and a fall of sand, and it distracts you for a moment long enough that you look behind and you see Neff.
It's me.
This building is not quite as stable as you remember.
I do remember it being pretty unstable the last time we visited, but maybe it's even less stable than that.
Exactly. That could only have been caused by movement, but not from you, not from Loran.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Could I investigate it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will roll an investigation check. And that is very bad. It's an 8.
You kind of think, oh damn it, I accidentally stepped on something that caused part of the wall above me to fall down.
See, so this wall has crumbled, but I'm not really sure exactly what to draw from this.
Loran says, oh, Neff,
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be pretty quiet.
Should
He
we?
just points.
But I think we are trying to find Jibakari, though. Do you think there's somebody else here?
He points.
I look.
And ahead of you, you see the silhouette of a young girl in a white dress.
Is it Fala, or is it somebody I don't recognize?
It seems to be Fala. But she's quiet. And she doesn't have the same kind of nervousness that she had before. And she walks. And when she walks, you see, reflected in the moonlight, her shadow stretch across the floor, across the walls. And her shadow is that of something much larger than herself. Something winged and bird-like and almost feline.
I stand up straight.
And she just says, I'm not the one who came to see you earlier. I think you know that.
I did realize that, yes.
My true form is hard to manifest with so few acolytes to my name.
Uh-oh.
However,
Mm-hmm.
in your failings, there is one thing which keeps me here and allows me to speak with you. Thankfully, I'm soulbound to this girl. So long as you don't bring more to my cause, yeah? We'll continue to use her, if you don't mind.
I think we need to brainstorm the business card idea. See, I've
I
been...
agree. I genuinely think that the business cards aren't working, but that's beside the point.
Maybe because they're poorly made.
No.
I think business cards are falling out of fashion. It's a kind of thing of like, I think so many people just get business cards now that they don't even really take in what the business card says. They just sort of accept it politely and then probably get rid of it later.
I've heard there are some societies around the world that do that for some reason, where it's just a formality that they exchange business cards and then never look at them again.
Well, we should have a private discussion about how to, I guess, recruit more to our cause. And how to get you more buddies.
I don't necessarily want more bodies, I want mine. And I need more people believing in me and my power in order to manifest that. How do you think my siblings lost their forms?
Don't most people believe in death?
No. In fact, mortals are the only ones who really don't believe in death, if you ask me. And they make up all of these stories, and places, and planes of existence, but only few really know what death is.
Do you mean the astral plane that they made up? Because I think it's real.
You're asking the wrong question. What's beyond the astral plane?
Don't know, I've never been.
People's assumptions of death end in Elysium, end in the astral plane, end in the hells. Only I know, and a few other deities, what's beyond that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Whether or not people believe in death is it's difficult to say, but I need worshippers here.
I believe in death. I have died.
Yes, I know. I saw it happen.
And so have,
you.
well...
Yes. I beat you to it. So why are you here? Oh, also, I forgot to mention, we do actually have a few churchgoers who come.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, just like 5.
It's good for you.
Okay, we're growing. That's good to hear.
Yeah, they're recurring members, and one of them is the chairperson, and one of them is the secretary, and one of them brings the cakes.
That's quite nice.
Should we have bought cake?
Cake of death.
I have apples.
I like cakes in the shapes of tombstones.
Also gets a little dagger out and starts carving his apple into a tombstone.
That's actually quite smart. Maybe they serve check.
12.
What happened to your other friends? Oh, that actually is very good. Very good. I'm going to take that. I'll just take it. You got.
It's okay.
What happened to your other friends? They have not died. Are they trapped in another world?
We're taking distance. Just for today.
Okay.
Well, they just haven't died yet.
See.
I'm sure
So
that
you've
death will
come-
find us all eventually, though.
Yes.
But well, there's two matters that I wanted to ask you about. Firstly, I thought maybe you could help with my friend's issues, since they seem to pertain to. Well, I guess I'll let you both explain.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
More comfortable than this? This is so lovely already, though.
Do not insult me.
No, he's being 100% honest.
Okay, so you flatter me. Come. Father turns over and starts walking towards the shrouded darkness.
Well, Foster starts going.
See, we used to have a coffee table over there and a big painting over on that wall that's crumbled down now. There was a chandelier over there, but now there's a big hole.
I quite like what he's done with the place. It's like a natural disrepair, but added darkness.
Mm-hmm. I hate it. But okay.
It adds a nice ambience to everything, you know.
Right,
It's like a
you
metaphor for life, really. It all comes crumbling down eventually.
Neff,
Yes.
I intend to live a long, happy, successful life.
Mm-hmm. I intend to help him do that.
Indeed, I intend to help him do that too. Your
course.
life and your trajectory and your impression of it. But I'm not going to make any assumptions now.
What do you mean?
Well, if you think your life is crumbling and coming to an end, then maybe you need to actually talk to the Seas as well.
Well, I don't mean my life specifically. I think it's going pretty well.
You think so?
I think it's going okay.
Good. Right. All things considered, you've only died once, right?
Only once so far. As
You
have
guys continue on. And as you go, walk through that shroud, and quickly pop back to Ironstone. Yeah. Bluey. You guys step out of the teleportation circle into a fairly bustling street. With the time difference. Wow, it's green! I like it. With the time difference, it's a little bit earlier in the day. I've completely forgotten how it all works. Earlier in the day. Enough so that you could catch some food. You can leisurely make your way over to Loren's shop. And when you arrive, sure enough, Bluey, there is a package waiting for you. With your name. You tear it open. I'll let you describe exactly how it looks, if you want to.
Oh,
What best fits Bluey's aesthetic.
oh god, I don't know how to describe armor.
Okay, so it's consisting of a breastplate, which is covered in a smooth leather. There are two pauldrons and a neck piece, which are in the same design, and then there is a set of scale for the sides, which just kind of covers your hips area. Just kind of, it could fit over chain if you wanted it to.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't know. Like she would be entirely happy if it looked almost the same as it did.
It looks almost the same as it did, but it has some. It has a slight engraving of dragon wings along the top of the chest piece, and a little note from her name escapes me, but the fire genasi who helped you, who sort of you commissioned it from, and she just says in the note, "I thought this would suit, for no extra cost."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. For mechanical purposes, is it also an armor of acid resistance plate? Is it?
You can have it to the specifications, yes, that you previously stated. So, acid resistance armor. There you go.
I mean, acid resistance very helpful for an ice desert. That would involve. I wouldn't know that I'd be going into the trials, like
Exactly.
when I did this ages ago. So I'm very happy with a bit more AC. Okay, she puts it on.
All right. As you put on the armor, you hear shuffling from the back of the shop, and you see the door to Loren's actual sort of living quarters and workspace is creaked open ever so slowly, and you see a single glowing eye just kind of like peel through. And Slia does like a and the door is thrown open and just dozens of people fall out. You've got 3 drow orphans, you got your mum, you got your wife, you got your dad, you got the guy you rescued from the Underdark. You've got just
Wait, what?
so many people.
I thought I only had like Merrick and Morel, Mom and Dad, Peridia.
Leo's
Because I
there.
thought that, yeah, also Leo, yeah. But like
I'm exaggerating, but I just want it to look good. I'm exaggerating comical effect. They all kind of explode out. And it's a fairly small shop. It's understated intentionally.
Grant's not compensating for anything.
No, exactly. He needs it to be, it needs to look exclusive, so it doesn't have to be huge. And you just see, your whole family is, including Marek and Morel. No, Morel. And then you have Keon also there. And you have Leo, who is also there. So you have 4 orphans. 4 orphans in your entire family.
Because I thought that that Keon was with the at Cass's castle.
It makes, I think, after you guys kind of moved everybody to a single safe house, it sort of made sense for everybody to be there. But also, I just like having blasts from the past. Anyway, all this to say, your mother is the first to rush out and pull you into her arms and just sigh into your neck and say, I missed you so much. I'm glad to see you're safe. Followed by your wife tackling you around the middle. And your mum
Slia goes down. Slia goes down. There's
down to the couch.
Your mum takes a step back to allow you to have a moment with her. And Frenia just kisses you. And she just pulls back and growls just kind of like against your mouth, I love you. And then kisses you again.
Slia just she's not letting go of Frenia. She's just gonna lay there, just in the street, doesn't care, just gonna stay there, is crying, and is just holding on to Frenia for like dear life.
Your mother sort of just says, it's best if we get inside quick. We don't want too many people to know.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys usher back inside. Leo puts the closed sign on the door and draws the curtains. Marek and Morel are... Morel? Is that her name? Hang on, I'm going to check.
I think it was like Marelle or something like that.
Yeah. Marek and Morel, I think is right. I'm just going to check. Orphans!
All of our little drow adoptees.
You have so many. Where did these children come from? Whitecliff Castle?
Yes, they were orphaned at the siege.
Yes.
That's very sad.
Oh my god. That's so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before recording era.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, Morel and Malik. That's it. Okay. So, Morel and Malik seem to be hanging out with Leo. Lily looks like it, cousin it. Oh, Lily, is your computer still on?
Mhm.
Mine just died.
Oh,
Can I come over to your side? We're almost done.
let's move it to my side. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's an interesting,
it's-
convenient backup.
It's frozen on a good kind of still.
Yeah, it's a nice smile.
Nice happy smile.
Oh no! My screen is stuck, so it's just me. Hi! Okay, I'll tell you from here and then we'll wrap up. Okay. So, you see Marek and Morel are quite close now. Hello.
Distracted.
With Leo, standing with him. And Theon is being held in Malik's arms, and the group of children seem to have kind of like become a conglomerate who are just sort of like keeping to themselves, but don't seem to be any worse for. Should I put these in the sound on? Oh, it is on. Being sort of left here. Seem fairly well cared for, fairly comfortable. And after your family and Verenia's father greets you, your mother kind of pulls you aside and says, "I'm sorry to separate you from her, but I have questions for you."
Okay. Celia looks very tired.
But first, perhaps a nap.
It was Emma's computer.
Your mother says, "But first, perhaps a nap."
Yeah. Sure. What's wrong?
I don't know about you, but I wanted to ask if you had any information or have seen anything like visions. For recently they plague me. And at that point, I think we're going to stop the session. Haha!
Yeah.
We'll pick up with therapy next week, along with what's your mother seen in her visions.
Wow.
Wow, who knows? Right. Thank you guys for playing. Bluey, I'm glad you got your new armor. Neff, perhaps you can discuss business plans with Jubakari next week.
We need to get more followers.
Yes. And hopefully Cass. will be
Jubakari, we
back.
need an Instagram account, we need a Twitter account, we need a TikTok. Everybody's on that now.
It's a good idea. Do you love TikTok? Love a good talk.
At Temple of Death.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, friends, for playing, and I'll see you guys next time. Off stream, we should discuss the schedule. But
Yeah.
let's go. Bye.
Alright, thank you for watching.
Bye.
Much love.
Thank you.